Hey, this is Toast. Before we get started, I'd like to shout out our top-tier patrons. A big thank you to Nikki, Sean, Ian, Mace, Alan, Penny, Claire, Kit, the Jexbury Guy, Katie, and Simon. If you would like a shout-out and access to our bonus material, you can find us on patreon.com/dandiesindanger. For a one-time shout-out, you can also support us on ko-fi.com/dandiesindanger. That's ko-fi.com/dandiesindanger. As always, the best way to help us grow is to tell your friends. Subscribe, leave a review, or leave a positive rating wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you all so much for listening. And now, on with the show. Previously on Dandies in Danger.
Zach, the tooth-grinding pressure in your head hisses, but then you realize it's coming from the mirror.
I sense you may be in need of assistance.
Very much so.
Very well.
You feel a sense of relief, and the blinding light from the soul tethers dims a little bit, and you can see more detail on the clock itself. Around the face of the clock, you see the words Officium mensuratur horis vitae, in aeternum servi domino tuo. And then below the face, there's another inscription in English. May your daughters embody your loyalty, and your sons your sacrifice. The soul tethers themselves are wrapped very tightly around the hands of the clock.
He climbs down and realizes he needs to go grab a key.
Adrian has to deal with this man whose foot is bleeding, even though he doesn't like him. And then he's gonna get up and knock on Virginia's door. Your man's foot is bleeding out.
He's not my man.
From one of the shadows, Zachery pops out and he goes, Adrian!
Oh my god.
We need a key!
Beatrix is very slowly pocketing this key.
Miss Chumley, is that the key to the clock or not?
Is it just a clock? Virginia is looking down at Edwin with a great deal of disdain. You rich men think that you can just have your way with us and then abandon us.
I didn't mean to abandon anyone, but I have to go right now.
He grabs him by the front and sinks him into the shadows. And keep an eye on them. What's it look like? Tell me.
Bad. Oh my god.
How's Liam? Is he alive?
He's on the floor.
Daniel?
Dorothea's on the floor. Daniel's on the floor.
They're all on the floor. Are they moving?
Daniel's moving quickly.
Is moving quite fast towards the pool.
Why is he going there?
I don't think it's under his own power.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. He takes the key and he jams it into the clock.
The second you swing it open, everyone can see this now. These splintering lights that are emanating from the clock like lightning, and they shoot out in all directions.
Zachery tries to get up and reach out to one of the strands.
Immediately, your psyche now shares a connection with the most recent victim, Edwin Flynn. You feel immensely powerful. This is not a thing as much as it might be a place that you are reaching closer and closer towards.
So he's reaching towards a huge vat of power.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, start winding the clock back.
Zach, you are yeeted out of that special place, and you feel that tether dissolve in your hands.
It worked.
Down in the hot springs, Nathaniel is looking up at both of you, and his eyes are ablaze.
Wind it back faster. Hi, my name is Elijah, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachery Wilkos.
Hello, I'm Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I voice Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast, pronouns she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards.
Liam breathes raggedly. Sweat pools under his back as he strains against the bonds of the spell, but it's useless. And now he's fully exhausted his spells. The lightning ball wasted on a desperate shot. Useless. The tiles are sticky, whether from his own sweat or demon blood, he's unsure. Above him, glaring white strands of light branch upward through the ceiling. It's beautiful, as radiant as he would imagine the light of heaven to be. His field of vision tilts suddenly as he feels the heel of a boot against his ribs. After a beat, he realizes that Lord Busch has rolled him closer to the water.
No.
I wouldn't do anything hasty if you fancy keeping your friends out of the soup, he calls up to Adrian and Zach, who are peering through the glassless window in the wall. Liam can feel the pressure of the boot bearing down on his back in readiness. Daniel, your painful journey toward the bloody churning water of the bath also pauses as the unseen dog awaits the instruction of its master.
Nathaniel, what the hell are you doing?
I don't think that's Nathaniel.
Are we sure?
Would Nathaniel do this?
Well, I don't know him.
Nathaniel would not do this.
Okay. Who the hell are you?
He spreads his arms out and says, would you care to guess?
Oh, actually, Adrian?
Yeah, what?
Keep talking to him and I will keep winding the clock.
Okay.
Distract him. Be as stupid as possible.
Oh, great. That should be easy for me.
Give us a moment. We're having a guess. Adrian, you first.
Are you the janitor?
Meanwhile, Zachery's now taking over winding the clock backwards.
As you're doing that, it doesn't take very long before you see another strand is unwound. This one you might safely assume is Rosamond, who is only recently trapped within the clock. And so that strand speeds away from your sight. Busch sees the disappearance of this strand, and he gives Liam another kick closer to the water, and he says, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Okay, but question. If you do put him in the soup, right? And that is the blood, to say the pig blood, right?
Ew.
So you put him in there, right? And then that connects the strand to the clock, yes? And then I unwind it. Would he then just not be at the bottom there, able to come back up?
He might still...
Shut up.
Oh, he would die.
He would die?
He would die.
Are you sure?
He kicks Liam closer to the water. I would say they're now within 10 feet of the water.
Adrian's gonna climb through the window and scramble down.
You don't have any health, okay.
Okay, roll me a d20. We'll see how you do.
16.
Okay.
So there.
16 is a success. You manage to shimmy yourself in through the gap, and you manage to roll down. You sort of do a little tuck and roll. It might be a little bit unintentional because your leg still hurts, but it actually helps you roll up, and you manage to get up into a standing position.
I raise my little fists. Say, all right, have at you.
Busch shakes his head, and he says,
Oh, don't fucking tisk at me.
Wrong decision. And he is going to, let's have all of us roll initiative.
I got an 11.
I got a 3.
5.
Oh, Zachery has a Fulgur.
Oh, shit, he does?
He does.
So the top of the round with a 20 is the Hound. And so, Daniel, go ahead and roll me a d20, and we'll see if the Hound is successfully able to drag you into the water.
15.
Ooh, the Hound got a 14. So you are literally hanging on to the space in between the tiles. You are holding on. You are on the stairs currently, and your fingernails hurt as you dig your fingers down into that grotting to keep yourself from being pulled backwards. But you do successfully manage to keep yourself from being pulled back any further.
Or what if he took his little axe and chopped it into a tile and is holding it?
I'll accept that. Yes, that's cool as fuck. I like that.
He's
Okay.
getting dragged and he's just chunk.
Yes, okay, excellent. So you've got a very good grip now to give yourself something to hold on to. So excellently well done. Lord Busch, standing there still with one foot on Liam's back, reaches into his pocket, and this time he calls out, Amica. And who should appear but another Nathaniel? This one, dressed only in a sleep shirt, his eyes red from having been sobbing, and
Sweetie.
Busch
That's
grabs
the real one.
him. Busch takes his dagger hand and reaches it around the front of Nathaniel and places the blade, resting it right over Nathaniel's clavicle.
Oh, no. Are you sure you wouldn't rather have us wrestle?
Okay, guys, we need to be very careful because Cass already said that Nathaniel could fucking die in this arc. She's not fucking around.
He's got no plot armor. that's Busch's turn. He says, I'm generous. I'll give you a chance to rethink. You all seem like smart lads. And now it is Zach's turn.
Does Zachery see the strands also inside the room?
Yes, because one thing that I neglected to mention is that whenever this second Nathaniel is materialized into existence, Zachery may recall what he saw with Rosamond in her room, where the threads seeped into her lungs from the inside and sort of glowed within. There's one very powerful strand that you can see coming into this room, and that is the strand connected to this second Nathaniel. And unlike with Rosamond, where it was sort of rooted within her lungs, this one spreads through his entire body, almost as if it's following the veins of his body, and you can see him illuminated from within. And in fact, Adrian and Zachery, you can both see this. Zachery, for the intents of using the magic, there are threads within reach, other threads that sort of go upward through the ceiling up towards the staff chambers. There's also a few of them that splinter out in different directions. So you're incredibly close to all of the strands. But most significantly, Nathaniel has these strands going all through his body.
Okay. He does have me at a standstill, so I want to grab onto a thread, and I want to gain more power, but I'm really worried he's just going to slit Nathaniel's throat. So Zachery puts both hands on the window to show that he's not holding anything, and he goes, all right, let's talk.
I had a feeling you'd be the smart one.
We all seem to be at sort of a standstill right now, so let's talk.
Very good. Well, what is it that you all want exactly, aside from being mighty nuisances? I'm sure we can reach some sort of arrangement. Money? He looks at Zach pointedly.
Money is a tempting offer. How much would you say you are willing to give for us to lay everything down and leave?
How much do you want?
He looks over to where Daniel is.
He's got the axe in the ground and he's still holding it and he's looking at Zach.
I don't strictly have a price. Perhaps an artifact. What do you have to offer?
Oh, I should have known. A fellow magic user. Well, I have a few things on hand. What would you say? We've got a shroud of seeming death, a centipede king. I've got a few brooches. Elemental, of course. What else have I got?
Zachery is giving pointed looks at Adrian to do something while he's distracted.
How about a mask of terror? It seems like that you lot would enjoy a mask of terror.
Oh, a mask of terror? What does that do? Other than frighten small children. Have you got anything that aren't playthings?
Playthings? I see, quite the connoisseur, are you?
I may have dabbled in the night market.
Can I scooch? I assume we rolled an initiative, so I can't actually do anything yet.
Okay, we've paused initiative. If anybody...
We're in conversation.
We're in conversation. If you want to scooch forward...
Just scooch around, like out of his eyesight.
Scooch, okay. Do a d20 roll.
Sorry, it's a 2.
Okay.
It's like scooching and then he trips and you hear like a sneaker squeak against the tiles.
As you scooch a little bit to the side, you make it as far as the uneven portion of the tile where the ghosts had been earlier, when you lose your balance a little bit. And at that sudden movement, Lord Busch presses the knife closer to Nathaniel, and you see a little bit of blood start to pool from underneath Nathaniel's collarbone, and he takes 4 damage.
Now be very careful what you do, says Zachery, because if he is no longer alive to protect you, I will make sure you are paid in double.
Quite a temper on you, Well, tell your friend to behave then.
Look, you get your foot off Liam and I'll behave myself.
He nods his head back towards the door.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that was me, the DM, talking, because I didn't know who.
Busch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Adrian knew it was him. She's trying to stop. All right.
I think the stalling is good though.
Yeah. All right. The main doors.
He
window.
He turns back to Zachery and says, I've seen you travel through nothing. You could get back up to the attic that way, yes?
I could.
I have got a Serpent's Oath ring set there. Why don't you go fetch it and we can really make ourselves a deal? You leave, and then whenever you come back, we can make our arrangement.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to leave my 3 friends in your hands.
He pulls a face and he says, cross my heart, I won't hurt them while you're gone.
What good is your word?
The word of a lord, of course.
And Nathaniel?
He takes Nathaniel's face in his hands by the jaw and kind of wiggles it around a little bit, and he says, this little face? No, of course, I wouldn't hurt him.
Daniel's face gets red with anger at the way he's treating him.
What did the serpent rings do exactly?
The serpent's oath rings. I wonder. It will just make sure that our gentleman's bargain stays gentlemanly. That way, I can have some assurances that you won't bring the church down on my head, and you won't interfere with what I have going on here, which, by the way, you've been working frustratingly hard to upset. But I can assure you it's for only the very best of purposes.
Best of purposes. Right. Everybody's a hero in their own mind, I suppose. He glances at his friends. It is but one man, but this one man has so much power, and he cannot believe how many he has already overpowered. Okay? Alright? I'll retrieve them, but if one person is hurt, one, I will not hesitate.
Of course.
He disappears from view. He's gonna go to Mr. Keene.
Okay. So Zachery disappears. Daniel, Adrian, do you have anything to say to Busch as we stand here in this stalemate?
He's so scared he's silent and breathing heavy, and I think his eyes would flit over to Dorothea just to kind of see how she's doing.
Seeing that, can Adrian be like, well, would you at least let me check on the lady of the room?
You say that, and you realize that you can't see Dorothea.
What?
What? Where's the lady?
Busch actually looks also alarmed, and...
Don't play silly. Adrian's trying to keep his attention. What have you done with her?
Miss Crispin? Come out, Miss Crispin.
Daniel's also looking around.
Daniel, from where you are the only person that can see where she is. She had scampered up and she had moved behind one of the dressing screens. So she's sort of partially behind the column and partially behind the screen, and she looks at you and shakes her head.
He immediately looks away so that he doesn't draw attention to her.
I think you've broken your words, sir.
Liam calls out, "Have you had one of your dogs drag her away?"
You're no gentleman.
I haven't done... Now let's keep our heads.
Why should I
while
believe you?
Zach
You're
gets
holding a
those
man
rings.
at knife point. And you shouldn't call him
Precisely.
Zach, you don't know him. His name is Mr. Wilkos. Oh,
Mr.
fuck!
Adrian Edwards, the bane of my existence. Adrian fucking Edwards.
Well, you wrote it in the guest book anyway.
Yes, I did.
You two were made for each other.
This is the real ship.
I'm gonna cut there, and we're gonna follow Zachery. Okay. We follow Zachery scurrying through the shadows or on foot.
Shadows. First, he tries to find Mr. Keene.
Okay. Last you heard, Mr. Keene was going up to the second floor where he had heard the Quinns in a bit of distress.
He searches around while he's in the shadows.
You find them in a bit of a pickle in the east wing of the second floor. Ida seems to be in some distress. Mr. Keene is helping press a little bit on Nevin's chest as Nevin stumbles forward in the sort of sleepwalker's haze as he tries to make his way down to the lower floor.
Fucking hell. He goes into the stairwell first, and then he pops out. Because he doesn't know how much our Lord Busch has, sort of his consciousness or his foot in the shadows right now. So he's trying to make it seem like he's going into the stairwell to go up to the attic. Or at least throw him off. So he pops out in the stairwell, and then he heads over to the commotion.
Ida is there saying, "Wake up, Nevin! Snap out of it!" Mr. Keen is still just sort of gently pressing on him and sort of trying to like snap a finger in his face to sort of wake him up, but he already, you can see from his expression that he knows that it's a little useless. It's still fairly dark on this hallway, so they're mostly swallowed by the shadows, but Ida has carried a candle with her in a dish, so you can see a little bit of what's going on.
He approaches Mr. Keen from behind, and he says, "It's no use. Lock him in a room. That way he won't be able to make his way down."
Mr. Keen looks between you and Ida, and he nods his head affirmatively. "I trust what Mr. Wilkos says. Let's have him restrained somehow."
As long as he can't get out the door, he should be fine. Mr. Keen, I must have a word with you.
Okay, so with all of your effort all together, you're able to make it back into the Quinn's room, and you're able to get him settled. Ida looks to you, Zachery. She gives you this imploring look, as if to ask what's happening.
"All will be well, ma'am. Stay in this room, please keep the door locked. We will handle it."
She takes the room key, and she says, "Well, I don't want to leave him." And so what she does is she takes and she locks it from the inside, and she's going to pass you the key under the door. And she says, "You're a friend of Liam's, right?
"Yes, ma'am.
Trusting you to come back."
I will."
Okay, so she gives you the key, and Nevin and Ida are secured in their room.
He takes the key and he pockets it. "Mr. Keen,
What's going on?
you were with, Colonel Gurney, and then when I heard some strange commotion."
Yes, the matter has been somewhat addressed.
"And the gun?"
Miss Chumley. She shot him. Mr. Flynn, that is. He's still alive. He's been shot in the foot.
"Does Colonel Gurney have a gun?"
Yes.
"You'll need it. I need you to do something for me."
I'm listening.
"How good of a shot are you?"
Everyone assumes I'm this man of the novels. I'm a reporter. I report things.
"That's all I need to know. I'm going to need you to try anyway, or convince Chumley, to come with us. Convince her to come meet us outside the bathhouses with her gun. Can you do that?"
I can do that.
"All right. Do not make a sound when you approach. Be deathly quiet. I will explain everything later."
Right.
"I must go to the attic. I will meet you there."
Before you go, he puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you a look, and he says, "Be well, Mr. Wilkos." And he walks away.
He slips back into the shadows and heads to the attic.
All right. You return to the attic, and you find it much the same as it was.
He goes and he finds the 2 serpent head rings. As I know he's already seen them because I have written them down, and I don't write down much, so he must have seen them before.
Absolutely. 100% you can collect those.
Ding ding! Okay.
Are you gonna take anything else from the attic?
There's a grinning human mask on the wall that I think he might have been referring to as, like, the terror mask.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take that.
Okay.
Can I use my arcane to try and sense anything about what it might do?
Yes, please do.
I got a nat 20. Let's go!
I know exactly how this plays out. Zachery, you take the mask down, what he was calling the Mask of Terror, and just holding it in your hands, it has real stanky vibes, real, like, nasty, nasty vibes. You turn it over and hold it up a little bit, almost as if you were going to put it on your face, but you know well enough not to put this sort of thing on your face. As you hold it closer, you have a vision, very fleeting, of the Manus. And fear pulses in your heart. You pull the mask down. It was just a flash, but you can feel it in the way your heart constricted, that this isn't a mask that one would wear to terrorize others. This is a mask that is placed on the subject to make them feel terror.
"Got you," he says. Now I also want him to sense the serpent head rings, if that's okay.
Yes.
Damn, that's a 5, plus arcane is... Doesn't really matter, but it's a 10.
It does matter, because it brings you to a moderate.
Let's go.
So with a moderate, you can tell that there's some sort of magic of binding here. So with your general understanding and what Busch has said, it seems to support his claim that if you were to each wear one of these serpent head rings, it would bind you to a certain promise or another, and that there would probably be very dire consequences upon breaking said promise.
This is a difficult game he's playing. He's gambling himself. Once again, Zachery is in a position where he has to give himself and his freedom over. Okay. So he clutches the rings. The last thing he'll take is box with mournful woman face on? How big is it?
Maybe about what we would recognize as the size of a shoebox. And then on the locking fixture of this box, there is the mournful face of a woman.
How big is the gold box? Small.
That one you don't see anymore.
Chumley. And the box of fabric? He had said it was a death shroud.
A shroud of seeming death.
Seeming death. Okay. Can I do an arcane roll on that real quick? And that's my last one.
Go for it.
23.
You can sense a little bit of the shroud. It feels like illusion magic. So you can tell from this that the shroud of seeming death would probably cause someone to seem like they had died, but to not actually be dead.
Okie dokie. He takes it with him.
Is there anything else you want to look at?
I'm worried that the longer I take, the more suspicious he's going to be.
Maybe, but there's other stuff in here.
That's so true. I'm interested. There's one that just says jewelry box.
Yes. That was the one that you told Beatrix to leave behind because it has brooches within it. You have an amethyst brooch, an aquamarine brooch, and a tiger's eye brooch.
Oh, fuck. There's gotta be spells in those bitches. Alright, I'm gonna sense the shit out of those. So I open the jewelry box and I look at that shit.
Okay, cool. Are you looking at anyone in particular?
Let's go with the tiger's eye first.
Okay. Give me a wisdom roll.
That's a 10.
As you examine this tiger's eye brooch, you hear a little voice in your head.
Oh.
And it says,
Motherfucker!
Hey, kid. Hey.
Hey,
Listen, you seem like you're caught between a rock and a hard place.
you can say that.
You know what could help with that?
What?
Me.
Okay, and you are?
I'm like the power of earth and stuff.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
put me on.
No,
Put me on.
I don't.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
Yeah, you look like you could use a little help.
Yeah, you don't seem like you want to help. You're a talking ring. He puts you down.
okay, you had a moderate success, so give me another wisdom roll.
Alright.
Because you can't just put it down yet.
5 in total. You motherfucker. Why did you look around at other shit?
Why don't you fall into my trap?
I fucked up.
You did not fuck up. You were tricked. Entrapment.
Thank you. You are now my lawyer.
So a 5 is a failure. You want to put down this brooch, but you think, actually, what if you could swallow Busch into the floor? What if you could just turn him to stone? That would stop him from stabbing Nathaniel.
Sure would.
This could be incredibly useful. Why don't you take this brooch? Why wouldn't you take this brooch? In fact, why don't you check out the other brooches?
Yeah, he's not thinking correctly right now, and he can sense that this is a dumb idea, but he can't stop himself, so he looks at the next brooch. Let's go with aquamarine.
Okay.
Entrapment.
This one reaches into your mind and says, Hello, kid. Hello, kid. How are you doing?
Bad.
I can tell. You know what would help?
What?
The soothing waters of my power.
Oh, good God.
Give me a wisdom roll.
Help, please. Help, God. If there is a God who loves me, help. 18. Plus 21. So
Okay,
plus
yeah.
3, 21.
You're like, no. The bath water is already stanky enough, full of demon blood. You don't want to be messing around with the water. You put this one down.
And am I still compelled to pick up the amethyst? Mm-hmm. Motherfucker.
The aquamarine's like, oh, goodbye, as you put it down.
Yes, goodbye.
Next, you find the amethyst. Roll me a wisdom roll. You don't hear any voices yet.
I got a nat 20.
You don't hear any voices. You hear something that's like, and then it just stops, and it's like, never mind. And the spirit of air floats away from you, completely uninterested. I don't work well with Earth. And dips. So, you are still currently under the thrall of Earth. And the Earth's like, come on, man, let's go knock some heads.
And I'm gonna try one more time to let this thing go.
Give me a reason why you would be able to avoid it this time. Once your situation has changed in some tangible way, I will let you roll again.
Oh, okay. So, I may be under this thing's thrall, but, like, I'm at least able to walk away with it and the things that I have right now?
Yeah, you can move. You just have to take it with you.
Okay, yeah, it works.
It's a little brooch parasite coming along for a ride. This could be a great thing.
No. I don't like being out of control like this. All right.
Okay, we're gonna jump back down to the bathhouse. Busch is looking around and he's swinging Nathaniel from side to side, pulling him with him as he spins around. Miss Crispin, my patience is wearing thin. I suggest you come out.
Can I try to get him while he's not looking?
Yeah, roll me a d20 because he is sort of spinning from side to side to see if he can figure out where she is.
Natural 20.
Let's go! Oh,
that's incredible.
Come the fuck on.
Okay, so you're running low from behind to sort of tackle him from behind, right?
I would like to grab him around the waist and hoik him.
Explain hoik.
Yeah.
You've got to leave that really long pause in there too.
I would like to come in, grab around the waist, and jerk really hard backwards. I'm trying to startle him, and I could grab his ghoulies.
Actually, please do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, not because it's funny, but because it would shock him.
Yeah, no, literally, grab and twist.
Yeah, can I do that?
And nat 20.
Incapacitate him.
See, he's ready for an attack. No, this is genius. He's ready for an attack, but if something grabs his bits, he's like, whoa.
He's like, whoa.
Yeah, he's like, whoa. His arm's out. He's like, hold on, I didn't bargain for this.
Whoa. Not my nasty bits.
Yeah, can I do that?
Adrian Edwards, running in almost parallel to the ground with how fast he's going in this Naruto run, comes in, arms around the waist, in between the legs, grabs his ghoulies. Lord Howard Busch rolled a 2. He drops that knife, he spreads his arms spread-eagled, his head snaps back to the sky, and he says, "Oh my lord!" Nathaniel tumbles forward, free from his grasp.
And runs, right?
He does not run.
Oh, you fucking rabbit. Come on.
Can I do anything else?
No, I think
you've done quite enough. I think you've done quite enough.
Daniel watched this happen, and it's just like...
And it's Shirley cheering on.
Surely.
He's a little shocked that Adrian got that dirty, but he's also, proud of him.
I did try to kick the Manus in the nards as well.
You did, but he was wearing a cup.
Not this gentleman.
Not this man.
Should have worn a cup. Should have won a government-issued cup.
And with that, the initiative starts again. Next in the turn order is Dorothea. And whenever she sees that Nathaniel has been released, she leaps towards Daniel and she swings her cane in an arc, but she's still at disadvantage because she can't see it. And so, as nobly as she tries, she smashes the head of that lion down on the tile and misses the dog completely. But in the meantime, she does reach her hand down, at least to put her fist into Daniel's jacket to try to help him from being pulled back any further.
Oh, my wife has come to save me.
So now it is Liam's turn. Finally, at last, he is able to crawl to his feet. He feels this snap. In fact, shortly after Busch screams, "Oh my lord," he feels that pressure that had been keeping him attached to the ground snap, and he's finally able to rise to his feet. And so, disoriented as he is, he manages to roll out from under Busch's boot, and his eyes frantically take in the scene. Let me roll with wisdom to see if he's able to see where he dropped the serrated knife. After some time, he is able to spot the serrated knife that he has used, but he only got a moderate success. So it takes most of his turn to scramble over towards that, but he grabs it and moves so that he's positioned in front of Busch, with Adrian standing very close behind him, and gets himself in a defensive stance with the serrated knife outstretched. That is Liam's turn. Adrian, it's now your turn.
Well, I've still got my hand on his ghoulies.
Squeeze and twist.
Yeah.
You can roll that for attack if you want.
I'd say you're my hostage now, sir. Am I rolling a 20 to squeeze his nads?
Yeah.
Squeeze for bursting.
I only got a 7.
Nads partially squeezed.
That meets his defense, and so I think we are also in the meets it, beats it. So yes, you can do a very little amount of damage. You can do...
I just twinge him a little bit to get him scared.
You can do D4 plus attack.
4 damage.
As you clench down on his sack, there's an explosive, magical burst as you destroy the remnants of his shield.
Oh my god.
And
Fucking way.
with this burst of magic, he takes 3 points of damage. You have successfully drawn first blood on Lord Howard Busch. He squeals. All right. Daniel, it is your turn.
Man, I don't know. I think he would just kind of like grab onto Dorothea.
We can do another contested strength.
Because the dog's pulling at him, right? And he's got his axe in the ground, and Dorothea's trying to grab him by the jacket and stuff. And so I think he'd try to grab onto her to at least maybe gain control of his other leg and try to push his leg against the stairs.
If you want to try to break free, you can do so with advantage because Dorothea is helping to kind of brace you.
13.
Unfortunately, the hound had a 19.
Then he just struggles, I guess.
You struggle against it and you can feel the twinge goes up your tendons in your leg because you can feel the dog's teeth grinding down deeper and deeper as it grabs hold of you and pulls you closer. And it is in fact the dog's turn. Give me another roll, please. And you can have advantage again because Dorothea is still holding on to you, but it is now the dog's turn to try to drag you further.
Nat 20.
Amazing. The dog pulls you further back, and Dorothea is just straining as hard as she can against the stairs, and you've got your grip down on the axe that you planted into these tiles. As you flail around trying to get out of reach, you actually manage to knock the head of the dog with your free foot by accident. Ooh. And when you do that, you get enough purchase that the dog breaks loose, and then with more force and intentionality, you kick the dog back with your foot and you hit it square in the chest, even though you can't see it. With a great suddenness, you suddenly feel the dog being swept out away from you. No longer there.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Did it run away?
Once it hit the water,
Something swept it away.
disappeared.
Oh! Oh! I think he tried to scramble away from the water. He's just like babbling and he points to the water as he's grabbing Dorothy and he says, "Beware that!"
All right, are you looking towards the water?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a wisdom.
15.
By the red light of the small orbs held by the 7 remaining activated statues, you finally realize why the sound of churning has been so present within this chamber. And that's because all of the water in this blood-red pool is swirling down in a whirlpool towards that center point that Zach had noticed earlier.
Hey, this is Toast again with the post-show announcement. We have episode transcripts. Our patron Kit has been kind enough to provide their personal transcripts, so each episode is going to be available on our website as they're completed. You can find our website, by the way, at dandiesindanger.wordpress.com. You can also find creator bios and character bios there, too. Huge shout out to Kit for making this possible. It's really amazing, so thank you so much.
Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateris as Zachery Wilkos. Cast as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.